Imagine being a franchise and being bamboozled by a guy who averages 2 points per game, 2 assists and 1 rebound and 1 block to give him a $100 million contract. It's hard to say that without even laughing, but the fact of the matter is that Draymond Green is a guy that has been elevated so much that people say his defense is just as good as Tony Allen's, that his defense was just as good as Ben Wallace, and that his defense was so good that it should carry him to the Hall of Fame. You had people saying this foolishness around the NBA, some professional, some not. You had people encouraging Draymond Green for trash talking an older Paul Pierce when Draymond Green's name shouldn't be anywhere near Paul Pierce, anywhere near. Paul Pierce is a Hall of Famer and one of the best scorers that the NBA has ever seen. And I say that as a Celtics fan, and I want all the smoke. Paul Pierce is a Hall of Famer. This man held it down when his best basketball player teammate was Anton Walker. When that's the best player you've played with up until 2008, I don't want to hear you criticizing Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce never had Shaquille O'Neal. Well, actually he did, but Shaquille O'Neal was washed up. So this is why when Paul Pierce said my career was better than Dwayne Wade's, I had some sympathy for Paul Pierce because Paul Pierce never played with a Shaquille O'Neal or a LeBron James. Paul Pierce spent the majority of his career playing with a bunch of D-League basketball players that nobody knows. So this is why I let Paul Pierce slide with certain things. My point with Paul Pierce is Draymond Green's career is nowhere near comparable to what Paul Pierce did in his career. Draymond Green's majority of his career was just based on talking and kicking people in the nuts. That's what Draymond Green was good for. And now the Warriors have to pay him $100 million. And I'm so happy that that's the case because the Golden State Warriors deserve this. The Golden State Warriors deserve to be stuck with Draymond Green because they, in their minds, are so delusional that they believe Draymond Green was better than what he actually was because he was playing with other All-Stars and he gave them the illusion that he was better than what he actually was. Therefore, they paid him $100 million. Draymond Green won Defensive Player of the Year because he went onto the media and was crying about it. Draymond Green didn't deserve Defensive Player of the Year. Absolutely not. And I don't put Draymond Green in the same conversation as Ben Wallace. What kind of things are people smoking nowadays? Draymond Green will never be able to stop Shaquille O'Neal in any kind of possession. Now, let me put this to you in perspective. There were people who actually had memes of Draymond Green guarding Shaq. This was probably Dub Nation, by the way, because Dub Nation is one of the most delusional fan bases I've ever seen in all of sports. Don't get me wrong, in the 2004 NBA Finals, Ben Wallace didn't completely stop Shaq, but he blocked Shaq. He slowed Shaq down in certain aspects of the game, and I don't think Draymond Green was capable of doing that against Shaq. Draymond Green would have had 80 points dropped on his head if he was guarding Shaq. I don't think that would have been something that was realistic. So people put Draymond Green in this pedestal like he should make the Hall of Fame like Dennis Rodman. Are you crazy? Do you see what kind of rebounding defensive machine Dennis Rodman was? Do you It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Draymond Green couldn't tie the sneakers of Dennis Rodman, let alone compare him to Dennis Rodman. This is why I'm so frustrated and I'm making this video, because now everything's coming to light. Draymond Green's getting exposed. Draymond Green is getting blown out on a nightly basis. Granted, he just came back from an injury, but even when he wasn't injured, he was getting blown out. Draymond Green is getting exposed. If his defense were that good, guard the star player and the other team and take it from there. But no, Draymond Green, you can't do that, Draymond Green. You're not that good defensively. Granted, the Golden State Warriors aren't that good, but if you're this Dennis Rodman kind of guy, you should be able to hold it down, and you're not. And you had Steph Curry for a point in time for a couple of games, and you still were getting smacked around, Draymond Green. You're on your way out, don't get me wrong, but you're not on your way out really because you got paid $100 million. Heck, I would have gave that $100 million to Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony would have gave me more than 2 points and 2 assists and 4 rebounds a single game. Believe that. Carmelo Anthony would have gave me a little bit more than that for $100 million. But you know what? I'm not a Golden State Warriors fan. So I'm going to sit back and enjoy the show. I'm going to sit back and notice how overrated you've been your whole career. Your whole career, you've been overrated. You see, you can't hide anymore. The Golden State Warriors can no longer hide. They have a target on their back. If I were them, I'd retire. Everybody retire. Because people want to get at you for all of the celebrations that you did. And look, Draymond Green recently got ejected. Do you know why Draymond Green got ejected? Because he don't got it like that no more. Draymond Green can no longer go at a referee's face, scream at the referee, curse at the referee, because he don't got it like that. Referees are gonna say, get out of here, loser. You don't got that kind of pull. Durant don't play with you no more. You're not Dennis Rodman. You're not Ben Wallace. They don't love you like that, Draymond. And Golden State Warrior fans, I want you guys to know that I'm going to be here. Every time the Golden State Warriors get blown out, I'm going to be here. When you're sleeping at night, I want you to remember this voice. Consider me the boogeyman, son. And for all of you guys that believe Draymond Green should make the Hall of Fame, averaging 2 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound per game and 1 block, y'all should stop watching basketball. Everyone who voted Draymond Green as Defensive Player of the Year, you should get stripped of your voting privileges. All of you guys, man. You see, the Golden State Warriors are frauds. Think about it. Their first time around in the NBA Finals, LeBron didn't have Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, so they won. The second time around, when they played LeBron James fair and square, they lost. Then they got Kevin Durant, and they won 2 straight. Kevin Durant is gone, and now they're not making the playoffs. Frauds, man. Fraudulent behavior. You know what? With that being said, I'm out of here. But I'll be back. I will be back. And every time Draymond Green underperforms, I'm gonna make a new video. Every single time for the rest of this NBA season, I will be back. With that being said, now I'm out.